Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to the foolish worlds of Foolcraft. And we are out front of the great bank of Foolcraft, and in today's episode, we are going to chisel and bit the heck out of this thing. And it's truly going to be a great before and after to really see the differences that you can make with chisel bits. It's going to be super fun. But to start off this episode, we need a name for the bank. That is right. In the comments, let me know what you think the bank should be named. I've seen some pretty good names from you guys so far, but I definitely want to test the waters one more time and see what you guys think in terms of a name. Now, I do have the spoiler wall set up, so we're going to knock that down. Believe me, guys, it's okay. It's okay. I know how to vein mine. This is just the dirt. It's not going to destroy the street or the pigeons, who still doesn't have a beak. There we go. Oh, wow. That didn't work as well as I thought. I thought that would be a little bit more climatic, but apparently not. Wait. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot this was attached to dirt down here. Oh shoot. This plot over here, whoever gets this, I think they need a discount. I'm going to point that out right now. This needs a discount. What is that over there? Government line? Oh my god, we're gonna have to take a look at that in a minute. But yeah, I'm gonna fix that later, guys. That's the bank for our last episode, looking super snazzy. So like I say, we're gonna chisel and bit this thing. I like how we got the staircase, so I think that's good for there. And then moving up here, I cannot wait to work on these columns and make these things look super awesome, along with some windows over there and some really detailed things there. I wonder if we could chisel and bit dollar bills for stained glass. Tell me that doesn't sound amazing. That sounds really cool. Anyway, let me head inside real quick to the governmental official. Oh my gosh. Quiet. There's a government investigator. Oh my gosh. They've got some kind of lair down there. Oh my gosh. He's down there. He's in the offices. Anyway, I heard a sound of freedom. Freedom. Ah, there you are, Freedom. How are you today? So this is our current rule. We must suit up in our mandatory government outfit. And I think, guys, oh my gosh, we look amazing. Like, look at this. Look at that style right there. It's beautiful. It's truly a beautiful sight. Anyway, there is a new job here. Cooking with gas. Sounds like Red Dog. Let's see. With the city planning to grow, the need for proper safety will become necessary. Ooh, you know me. Safety Scar here. Who knows when a disaster act of nature will occur? Did I just read that? Did I just butcher that? I think I did. Let's read that again. Who knows when a disastrous act of nature will occur? Certainly not the government. Payment $300. Requirements: make a chisel bit fire hydrants for the city and place them around the city. Must be in the style of the city. Dude, this looks so much fun. We've got to do this. Wait, the benches weren't $300. The benches were really difficult to make. I feel like we got ripped off on the bench payment. This looks so fun. We might do that. We totally might. Don't tell the government, but I'm just going to leave that right there. Yeah, that actually sounds really fun. I wonder if we don't have fire hydrants, if the city will burn. Oh, it'll burn. Anyway, back to our little contraption that we worked on in our last episode. I did switch it over to obsidian because I didn't know you could make obsidian. I need obsidian, so we're making obsidian. You just had to remove this little upgrade to make it. It just required so much lava. So is there a block that we could attach to this that produces lava? I'm sure there is, so let me know in the comments. Or we'll find one out a little bit later. But yeah, we're going to work on Chisel and Bits today. It's going to be amazing. But before we do that, I would love to make... Oh, wait, didn't I search this earlier? Oh, yeah, can this make lava? The lava fabricator. You'd think it would by its name. Anyway... Jetpack. Well, that's not how you spell jetpack. There we go. This thing, I want this because once we start like chisel and bitten, right? Like we want to fly and have the ability to hover and, you know, detailify these pieces up here. So I tested this one out in creative. Its hover is not very good. You have to kind of work your way up the tiers to get a better hover. And I think we could totally do this. I mean, this can't be too hard, right? So let's head back to base. See if we can get ourselves a jetpack. Welcome to the credit base of ours. So this is still where I have some resources to make our jetpack for today. So this is what we want to make. the Leadstone Jetpack. I do hope to maybe work our way up to tiers. Like, I don't quite know how to make this green stuff, but let's jump over here and see what these recipes are. So, okay, so we got a thruster unit, and that's not super difficult. I mean, we could throw these things together fairly quickly. And what is a steam dynamo? And that's, you know, it's just a lot of material, right? It's nothing like super complicated. And then what is this? The flux capacitor. I didn't know we were going to be needing to get up to 88 miles an hour today. What is this? Sulfur? Oh, that's the first use I've ever had for sulfur. Anyway, so that's straightforward. Now, moving over to the hardened jetpack. So what do we need? We just replace it with the lead, and then we add another flux capacitor over there. And then I assume, okay, so that's slightly different. That's using Invar. And then this is another flux capacitor. Is that going to be a second lead one? Okay, so it's going to need another one. And then what is this? This is the thruster, right? Invar once again. And okay, so we just kind of work it up, and that's Electrum, I assume. It is. Very nice, very nice. And then moving up to here, I don't know how to make these. I don't know how to make these. So let's see here. Let's actually check. Oh, wow, that's right in my face. Let's check our furnace here real quick, because I think the recipes are in here. Okay, so this is pulverized lead. Okay, so that's just lead and platinum, and then that. And is there anything else we can create this with? Okay, so just that. What is the crusher? I want a crusher in my life. That is really fancy. I need a crusher. I want a crusher. Anyway, guys, let me start kind of crafting this up and seeing how easy it is to kind of get this stuff going. Slowly getting the resources built for those higher tier ores, but let's start actually working on the lead, and all of my redstone has been officially finally moved over here. So I'm just gonna grab a couple of those, and let's jump into our giant fly swatter and see where we can start working. So I don't have the leather, so we're gonna need to grab that, but boom, we got our first flux capacitor ready to roll. See how easy that was? That was pretty darn easy. So what do we need? A little bit of that. Beautiful. And then we'll jump on back over here. And what else do we need? This guy. And I think we're going to need actually 2 of these, correct? Yes, sir. Grab out 2 of those. And then back over here. And that is 1 thruster. And that is a second. All right. And then what else do we still need? We just need the leather straps and a little bit of iron, correct? Boom. And then we've got it. Time to strap up here and get the little bit of leather. Grab out our jetpack, and first one is now complete. And I already have the charger here, so we can throw that in there, and that should start charging. Oh, that is so cool. This is what I love about Ender.io, these really like unique and creative blocks with it turning inside there. It was very similar to that guy over there and how it like turns and it cranks, but you know, those are made with those kind of evil blocks, so it's got a little bit of a sinister nature to it. Dude, I love Ender.io. Such a cool thing. Anyway, this thing is charging up. I think that's enough. Oh my gosh, I'm very excited right now, guys. This is a good day for scars. This is a great day. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, we're flying. Haha. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, we can get cloud pets super easy now. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, you can just keep going. Look at the fire below us. Oh, forgot. I don't have feather falling on. Easy does it, Scar. Easy does it. Oh, this is a substantial bit of fun, my friends. Anyway, let's start seeing about working up the other tiers. Sorry about the beep that you might hear in the background. My feeding pump's going off and I can't reach it on the back of my wheelchair. I'm home alone, so nobody can help me fix it. I know, people do leave me home alone. It's surprising. I am safe. Anyway, why don't we jump over to our crafting bench here, and we can now make the hardened. Wait, I actually need to take jetpack off my back. There we go. And I'm not my giant fly swatter. There we go. Now we're here. Wait, I made those things. Maybe I didn't. Who knows? Anyway, there we go. Now we've got them, and now we are hardened. And that moved our tier from 700 to 3 million. Wow. And so this should make us go a little bit quicker. Okay, so here we go. 1 giant leap for Scar kind. Oh, yeah, that's a little faster. I like it a lot. I think that's a little bit faster. So how do you hover? I guess I'm gonna need to look at the keybinds and see which button it is to hover. Yeah, I could do this all day. This is the kind of creative flight that's fun, or it's not creative flight. It's, you know, has limitations to it. It's not just like boundless realms of flight. I like it. It's really fun, actually. So what is our next one here? The Electrum, the reinforced one. Okay, this one's going to take a couple other recipes. The destabilized redstone. I think we can get that down in the mine, so that's not a big deal. That's super easy. Let me go back to the flux. Okay, so we just need to make another one of the hardened and another one of the basics. Okay. This is gonna be good. We're gonna make it up there, guys. We're gonna get it done. We've finally made it into the future. Now that we've got jetpacks, I'm loving every minute of it. Also, look at this. I'm hovering, guys. I'm hovering. Now, there's something called an emergency hover. So this is your standardized hover. I don't know what emergency hover does. So I've tried it and it didn't really do anything. So let me know in the comments, what is emergency hover? But anyway, let's head on over here. And I brought up the mod in its full. And there's this other jetpack, but it's more of like a chest plate too, so you get a bit of armor with it. And this thing looks insane. It's a little much for me today, so we're gonna stick to the reinforced and the resident or whatever. And I think that's gonna be pretty cool. These blocks right here, how do you pronounce that again? Endrerium, something like that. These are a little bit complicated, so I've got a little setup over here. So I have my ender pearls in here. They're dispensing down into this liquid, transferring into this tank on that side. And I think that should work. So we should be able to make that. And if we look down into our recipes, we just need to create the blend and then we just add a little sand and magic happens. Same thing over here, a little bit of sand with this. So this is what we're going to work on now. So we need some copper and we need the redstone liquids, the destabilized redstone, and a little bit of silver on that account. So yeah, I think we're almost there. So I think we can actually make it up to tier 4, which is pretty darn awesome. With the powers invested in me and this giant spatula, we shall create the resident jetpack. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. All right, we're fully strapped in. We are ready to roll, my friends. Hover mode is enabled. No, it's red, so I'm actually gonna disable that. Oh no, now it's enabled. Okay, I get it. We have 20% fuel. This is one giant leap for Scar kind. Oh my gosh. Whoa, we are flying like super fast. Okay, this is really good. This is great. This is important. Oh, I'm loving it. This is fantastic. We are flying through the sky. Oh, this is great. Let's try hover now. That's a perfect hover. You know, we're losing a little altitude. You can see it. You can see we're losing a little bit, but this is perfect. This is gonna help us build so well today. Oh, this is fantastic. I should actually bind the hover to my mouse. I think that actually would be pretty cool. Let's jump in F5. Look at the flames. Oh man, this is fantastic. So, oh no. Oh, okay. All right, hello sheep. It's just Scar here. No, I smashed one. Oh boy, that's not red wool. Yeah, let me get out of here. Oh, shit. Okay, this thing's a little more powerful than I anticipated. Oh, okay, we're gonna get used to this. No, sheeps. No. There you go. All right, that's a rogue sheep. It's the Twitch sheep. Oh man, that's fun. Anyway, I don't think we're gonna be able to get to this one, but I'm really happy with what we've got. I don't know if there's upgrades or anything, like if we can add more things to other like jetpacks or anything like that. That might be kind of cool. Is this like a power cell you can wear on your back? Because this one has like a strap. Anyway, yeah, I'm super happy with this. This is fantastic. So I'm going to head off. And if there's any more tips you guys have for jetpacks, let me know in the comments. Hashtag jetpack tips. And let's go start building that bank. Welcome back to the city, and it's really cool to see it from above. All the little details, especially with the town hall. I mean, this roof line is absolutely incredible over here, and there's so much detail to discover. Like, look at this like highly immersive portion right here with the all-seeing government official eye. But anyway, let's head on down here and get started. So we have a lot of opportunities to start the chiseling and the bitten, and the places I think we could start working is the column. So we can start working on the columns over here. This portion down at the bottom could definitely use some enhancements. Now this stretch of dirt below, maybe this could be some kind of like very small, very subtle garden. you know, just a little bit of plant life, little shrubberies, things along those lines, I think could be really, really cool. And let me check to make sure this thing is still producing beautiful, as always. Then at the top, let's shoot up here real quick, hover it, there we go. This part up here, like, I don't know, maybe whatever we choose to name the bank, we could put up there, you know, Fool's Bank, Fool's Gold, things like that. I want to see those names in the comments. So we could definitely think about something like that. And the windows. So the windows, this is my ideal goal for the windows, is to chisel and bit stained glass dollar bills. I don't know if it's possible, but we're totally going to give it a shot at some point. As for these bricks right here, I'm going to hollow out all the darker lines, and I'm going to insert a little bit of a darker color in there to give it a little bit more texture and a little bit more definition. I think that's going to look really cool. I think I'm going to go with the columns. So let me get some supplies together and map out a plan for these columns. I think we've got ourselves a plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 of these, right? Actually, no, 3, because there's going to be one at the top too. So this one right here is going to be, whoa, okay, still getting used to the jetpack. That's a big jump. I wish I could dial in how much I want to give it. Anyway, so this one right here is going to be the base. This block right there is going to be the pieces that go all the way up to the very top, whereas that is the topmost portion. So let's get busy on the center one. Let's start with this one. So this is the one that's going to take up all of these blocks right over here. And the mirror piece, as far as I know, what you can do with that is you can take this, right? And you can click on that. And then around the back here, we can just match it. That's going to save a lot of time. I really need to look and invest more time into time-saving chisel and bit methods like this, because everything I do is the hardest way possible. And I need to not do that anymore. So let's take these pieces like so, and we'll run these guys all the way across here. And I wonder if I can take this and do it on the other side. Maybe that's where the mirrored comes in. Yeah, I bet that's the case. Because see, that one goes over there. I wonder if the mirror chisel where I could do it over here and then swap it onto this side. I bet it can. We'll get some mirrored pieces eventually and try that out, because I think that would be quite a bit of fun. There we go. And then we'll swoop over here. We'll refresh our piece of paper. There we go. And then swoop around the back, and there it goes. Okay, that's looking decent. I think there's some improvements that we can make. Let's go to connected textures, and let's just back off the corners a little bit because they're sticking out just a little bit too much. There we go. And that right there is very simple, and I think could work fairly well for our column, you know, going straight up. I wonder if there's just a few little enhancements we can make. Let's go to draw your regions and then maybe just drop these pieces down there. Let's just see how this looks. There we go. And if we swoop on over here and do the same on the left side, backing up a little bit, it looks nice, but of course this large expanse right here does look a little bit awkward. And I wonder if we maybe took off a piece or two here. Okay, that doesn't look as bad. And of course we would do the same right here. That'll give us a little bit better perspective. That gives it a little bit more of that rounded feel that you would see within a column, but I'm still not in love with it because it just doesn't have as much of a round feel to it. So much power. But anyway, yeah, why don't we just try it? Let's just try it. We can make a bunch of these and decide which one we like best. It's all a little bit of trial and error. You know, that doesn't look bad when it's all condensed down to that, when every side is mirrored. I do like that. I think we're going to go with that. So moving on to our next columns, we need to think about this one slightly different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste that right on top of this guy, and that'll give us a base start, right? That'll just kind of give us a little bit of an idea on how we want to do this. So first thing I might do is cut off the column sides. There we go. And kind of see where that goes. See which one we like better. And when you're doing this, don't get too, worked up about any one thing because everything can be adjusted and changed. So say I go back here and I reapplied those blocks right there. And then once we get these settled, we can even overlap the block that we're working on and spread those out. So we can do a little bit of something like that. So that's a basic start to it. I think that's going to look fairly good. This, of course, needs a little more refinement. So if we take out these little pieces, maybe knock down these guys a little bit on either side. I think that looks nice. There we go. and maybe some little feet. So these little details I think are going to come out really well. So that's the start of the column. Now moving over to this guy, of course. This guy's, whoa, oh, too much power. I just want to jump a little bit, just a little bit. Nope, that's a lot. I can't get up there without flying away. I just want to put that there. There we go. So this is, of course, scaled down version of what we're doing at the top. So this one, that's a tricky one. Because if we took this, we kind of start carving these pieces out because this top plane will be flush with that line right there. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna continue to kind of play around with this and see where it takes us. And I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. It just needs a little bit more refinement here and there, and I'll be right back. Welcome back, and the columns are now built. So I added quite a bit of detail to the lower portions and the upper pieces, and I think it's looking really good. So they've got a nice bit of curve to them, and the one reason I've kind of stuck primarily to the white sandstone throughout the entire design is I was looking at a lot of these builds and there wasn't a lot of variation, especially in old banks of this style. So I wanted to kind of stay slightly faithful to that, but I do think we could potentially incorporate some limestone similar to this limestone right here. I believe this is limestone. And I think what we could do is, I think I mentioned this before, is take out these groove lines that go across here and then replace that with a grout that's a little bit darker in a slightly different shade. And I think that might actually look really cool and give us just a little extra definition, and where we can incorporate a bit of color, of course, would be the stained glass windows. So I think that's looking fairly nice. Now let me grab out a little bit of dirt, and what I want to start working on next for our chisel and bitten of the bank here, I want to work on this section here. So I'm going to make a little scaffolding setup. Now, we could do this two ways. Let me grab out something. I think I'm going to use this guy. Okay. So we could do two things. We could take out this right here and start kind of adjusting this to make it how we want it, right? Let me grab out the right material here. There we go. So I can start making the designs that I want to do from this, but I don't think I'm going to do it that way. What I'm going to do instead, not close enough. Shoot, I didn't mess any of this stuff up, right? No, because it wasn't close enough. Perfect. Okay. I didn't want to ruin any of the columns by undoing too many things. So I think we're just going to apply another layer on top of this portion. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set this out, and I'm going to run this piece all the way across. Looking super fancy. There we go. So that's across, right? And I'm going to bump it to there. Beautiful. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to start running these guys. The question is, should I run it all the way to the bottom or just shy of it? I think I'm going to run it just shy. I'm going to give a spacing of 1 in between each piece. There we go. So that just adds that extra little bit of crown molding on the top of the bank. And you could really see the details starting to emerge in this. That makes me super excited. I want to take this and I want to run it all the way over there. Now the hover works pretty good, pretty good. It definitely does lose power after a little bit. As you can see, I'm slowly getting a little bit sunken down, but that's okay. It works for what it needs. That next upgrade of the jetpack, we don't have it up there right now, but do you guys know if that one has indefinite hover? It would be useful if it did, you know. I'd be able to hover here a little bit longer, but how does that starting to look? I think that's good. Well, I'm sorry, I blocked it with a lamppost, but there is pretty good. I kind of wish this potentially was a little bit skinnier up here. I mean, we could back it off and let's just do a test over here. And you know, you could do something like this going across. There we go. So throw that across there. And then from here, you know, we could do something like that. I still think that might actually look better. Let's try that. It's an interesting choice. So I think we're getting there. I might want to try 2 different designs and see which one we like best. Welcome back, and we now have 2 different designs, one on the left, one on the right. Now, of course, the one on the left is a little bit more subtle, right? It's got a bigger portion at the top and smaller pieces at the bottom to make up its detail. Now, the one on the right side is far more detailed, and of course, it has a little bit more things at the bottom, and the top portion's a little bit skinnier. But which one do you guys like better, the left or the right? In the comments, like hashtag left design, hashtag right design. I'm curious because each one of them brings a different perspective to the build, right? I feel like the left is a little bit more in keeping with the scale of the structure. The one on the right is a little bit nicer in terms of detail. So it's it's a bit tricky. To me, I kind of want to blend them together. I want to take both of them, throw them in a blender and see what comes out, because I think that could actually lead to pretty cool things. I do want to put something on the bottom right here. So something down in between this area. I think that'd look really nice. So this is what I'm thinking. A slightly skinnier top portion. So maybe not as skinny as that, but just a little bit skinnier. And maybe this extra row that goes horizontally across here might be nice. It's very tricky, you know? This one looks, the one I'm pointing to actually looks better at a distance, where this one looks better up close. I think this one looks more accompanied with the scale of the structure, whereas the one on the right is a little bit heavier detail, but I don't know. I'm curious to what you guys say. I'm gonna blend them up, see what comes out. Oh, no, you don't, Mr. Blaze. Oh, no, you don't. There we go. So I was flying by here and I noticed there was a cloud in the air, so I have to investigate. And look at that, nobody's been here yet, and a spider pet to top it off. That's actually one of my favorite pets because you can climb on walls and, I mean, you could play Spider-Man. Who doesn't want to play Spider-Man? I feel as if I just walked right into the Twilight Zone because I have no idea what's going on over here. We got the Blaze and the famous Black Pearl, and then over here we have the famous White Orb and the Blaze once again, and oh my gosh, that is horrifying and also amazing at the same time. Whoever drew this, you have some talent, and I appreciate that. So this is really weird. So kind of a light exterior, dark exterior, light interior, dark interior. I don't know what I walked into, but I think I'm gonna leave. So we finally got the detail at the top finished, and I think it's looking fairly good. Like I said, we blended the two designs together, and I think the output was very nice. Wow, I'm still getting used to this jetpack. So I think it's looking good. So I shrunk this portion up here, and that would be the trim, and then this lower portion here, I've added that, and then added a little extra piece that kind of stuck out. And like I said, I think it's the best of both worlds, kind of blending them together. And I've added these little squares on the sides because why not? They look pretty nice. So landing down here, things that we... Okay, seriously, calm down, Jetpack, calm down. Okay, the hover's on again. Let me turn the hover off. There we go, I think we're good now. So this portion of the build down below needs a little bit of an enhancement. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop it all up a little bit and add some things there. For this, I like to have this clean blank portion right here, but if I were to chop into it, we'd lose some of the detail. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna build on the outside of it, so we retain this detail right here. And I still love these stairs. I think they came out really nice. Things I'd like to improve is this portion below the detail we added above. I think that's a little bit plain. And then another thing I'd like to do, hover, there we go, getting a little better, is this right here. What I wanna do first is push these back about 2 blocks, or at least 2 pixels. So space those out like that, and see how that gives us that little bit of definition along the rim right there. And then what I can do also is draw my regions. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, well, I'm losing altitude here. I'm losing it. We're gonna cut these pieces out. And I think that's going to generate a whole bunch of really, really cool detail within the build. It'll just take a little bit to get it all finished out, but I think we're getting really close to having something very, very beautiful. It's just gonna take a little bit more chisel and bitten. I'm blown away by the differences that we created in the depth of the structure by removing the grout lines and pushing it back 2 pixels. Like, that is a huge difference. Like, I encourage you to go back in the video. Now go back a little bit, then come back here. I'll be waiting for you. Don't worry, I'm still here. And see the difference between the prior design and this one with the grout lines. Like, it's a huge difference. I think we did something really great there. So the next thing we need to work on, if we fly on up here with a hover mode enabled, we need to work on this section here. So we need to pull it forward by 1 set. So that would be like this block. So 1 section like that. And then kind of maybe round it off just a little bit, smooth it off, I think would be really cool. Now I gotta choose also the glass type. So let me work on that. Now that is one huge change in design. So let's take a look at some of the things that we have worked on. So down here at the lower level, we've kind of chopped it up a little bit, moved it back, and then pulled a little bit forward, and then implanted just a little bit of limestone. And I think that ties in well with the city hall. And I think that looks nice. I have considered using a little bit of gold, throwing it in there, but that might be a little bit much. So we'll probably stay away from that, but totally let me know in the comments. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Yay for gold, nay for gold. So yeah, totally let me know about that. We've got the windows, but it's becoming nighttime and we could use a little bit of a slumber. There we go. So up at the window here, this thing I think came out really nice. So we made our own custom stained glass. I still would like to maybe add a little bit of color in there. We'll see how it goes. And then moving over here, just a smidge bit of gold on each one of the corners there. So I think that looks really nice. Up at the top here, I think this archway is just about how I want it. There's probably a couple little small changes I'll make to it eventually, but I think that's looking good. Just a little bit, once again, of the limestone in the corners of that piece. So things that we need to work on still is a door. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on the sides, things along those lines in the future and a little bit off camera, but I think we truly did make a massive transformation over what was once, you know, a decent structure. I think it looked nice, like it looked good with Minecraft blocks and stuff, but this is the next level, and I really hope you guys liked it. I hope it inspired you. So until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos, and if you believe the videos are the rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later, and don't forget to subscribe because you may just become scarred for life.